Deb Carson, and this Fox National Sports Report brought to you by Advance Auto Parts. The parts you need, unbeatable service, full throttle savings. Advance Auto Parts. Service is our best part. An L.A. County Superior Court judge has ordered Luis Sanchez and Marvin Norwood to stand trial for the beating of Giants fan Brian Stowe. The beating took place at Dodger Stadium parking lot opening day 2011. While in horse racing news, Triple Crown hopeful I'll Have Another not only scratched from Saturday's Belmont Stakes with a front left leg injury, the owners and the horse's trainer, Doug O'Neill, have decided it's in the horse's best interest to retire the horse, so the horse will never race again. Rob Gronkowski of the Patriots is now the highest paid tight end in NFL history with a new 6-year, $54 million deal. And in the men's draw, the French Open finals all set. It'll be Novak Djokovic facing Rafael Nadal on Sunday.
This is State Senator Barry Loudermilk. Once again, we find ourselves in the middle of an election season, the time that the people across this land can exercise their right to have their voice heard in their government. But your voice is only heard if you take time to go to the polls and vote. So I encourage you to vote this year, but also I encourage you to know the candidates for which you're voting because they become your voice to the government. This is State Senator Barry Loudermilk, and I approve this message. This message was paid for by the Barry Loudermilk Election Committee.
At Richard Barnes Concrete, we take pride in our work and would like the opportunity to be of service to you. With 35 years' experience, Richard Barnes Concrete can handle any of your concrete or masonry needs. Some of our services are tearing out of existing concrete, driveways and patios, or repairs and alterations to existing work. No matter the size of job, we can help. We also have a commercial construction division. Visit us at gaconcrete.com or call 770-546-0138.
Due to some violent content, parental discretion is advised.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Bartow Sports Showcase on News Talk AM 1270 WYXC. Will Sprague in the studio with me tonight. What's going on?
What's up? I am so tired, I'm delirious, so there's no telling what is going to happen tonight. It's going to be an interesting hour.
I have to always agree. It's always an interesting hour in here with you on Friday nights.
This is true.
But I just want to say thank you for everybody tuning in tonight. Before we get started, say thank you to a couple of our sponsors. Ace Hardware of Cartersville. They have a big special going on for Father's Day on the Big Green Egg Grill. The best smoker and grill in the world.
I got a chicken that lays green eggs.
I bet you do.
That's really cool.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure it is.
Yeah, and they're good, too.
Well, good. You didn't bring me any?
No.
Oh, boo.
But you could cook it on your big green egg.
You could. You could
make like a sausage, egg, and cheese casserole in a big green egg.
That's right.
That'd be freaking awesome.
That would be awesome. They've got a big special going on for Father's Day. $75 in free accessories with an extra large smoker purchase. $50 in free accessories with a large smoker purchase, or $25 in free accessories with a medium smoker purchase. And please go out and see them and get one of these big green eggs. They're located on West Avenue in Cartersville, right across from the Ingles on the west side of town. Go out and see John, Kira, everybody out there. They're great folks.
Do you get free refills with that large?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes.
Sorry.
It's okay. No, it's sometimes. Depends on the day and the mood that they're in, you know. If I go in before lunch, yeah. If I go in after lunch, not so much.
Because we get free refills on our larges, and I didn't know if you get a free refill on their larges.
I'm sure you do if you ask them.
How many ounces is it?
A whole bunch. If you can drink one of those,
at least one large egg size, duh.
Yeah, I mean I've seen one of the extra larges.
They're huge.
I could get in there with more than enough room to spare. And I'm not that big
That
of a
sounds
person.
like a dare, Johnny, if you're listening.
Yeah.
I've got a camera if you got the time.
Yeah, I'm down. I mean, take the grill top out. I'll climb in it. Just don't lock me in it.
Oh.
No,
You and your forward thinking.
yeah, exactly. That's what keeps me out of situations like that, my forward thinking. And I also like to give a big holler to Miss Patty Lovelace and Red Top Mower, located 8 miles south of Main Street on Highway 41, there on the left.
And if you need a Honda generator for your camping or for your whatever you might need, tailgating, or anything else that you need generating for, and you don't want to get one of those little bikes like they had on Gilligan's Island, or you're pedaling, go see them down at Red Top Mower. They got those little, I don't know what they're called.
They're called super quiet.
Yeah.
Because they are. You can barely hear that little thing running, standing right beside it.
When I was rodeoing, we used to call them the really cool quiet generators. We didn't know what they were actually called because that's when they first came out. So they were like Uber, tons of money. But now they're not. I mean, and they got great financing on those things. So go see them down there. If your lawnmower bites it, if you've been yanking on that lawnmower cord and spraying ether in the carburetor all spring and you're tired of it, go see them down there and get a new lawnmower or get it fixed. I'd recommend getting a new one because next spring you'll be doing the same darn thing again.
Oh yeah, they do small engine repair, different things like that. So go out and see them. They're a licensed Husqvarna dealer. Go see Miss Patty and tell them we sent you. They're some of the greatest folks in the world. They'll help you with anything that you need down there.
If they get caught driving one of those little Husqvarna carts, what are they called? HUVs, while they're under the influence, they lose their Husqvarna license.
No, but I'm sure they'll be in a lot more trouble than what they might think they are.
Your license has been revoked. DUI and an HUT or V or whatever you call them.
Boo. You're fired. All
right, let's talk about some sports.
Let's talk a little bit of sports. I am waiting on a call from our field correspondent, Mr. Terry Underwood, my dad. He's at a big baseball tournament out at the Cartersville High School baseball field. It's a huge tournament. I believe it's the perfect game. So he's going to call in here in a couple minutes and let us know what's going on. There's a lot of cool stuff going on out there.
Is there someone doing the perfect cheer at the perfect game?
Maybe.
In a Spartan outfit?
I don't know, but you can go out there and do it tomorrow. Shotgun on you being the girl.
Negative.
Yeah, I called it. Not it.
Well, you're smaller, though, and you got long hair.
I don't care.
But the girl had long hair.
I called not it. I called not it.
Well,
I don't want to hear it.
It doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.
Yes, no, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
I have a hot shot. Shut up.
So what does that got to do with anything?
Have you ever been hit with a hot shot?
Yeah.
Cattle prod?
Yeah.
They hurt?
Yeah.
You better shut up then.
No.
This should be really cool. There's going to be teams from all over the country playing this thing.
Cecil Fielder from the Brewers is from the Tigers. He played for Detroit.
Is it Cecil or Cecil?
Cecil. I'm not real sure. I don't know the guy personally. But he's one of the coaches of one of the baseball teams. Marquise Grissom, a former Atlanta Brave, is one of the coaches from the teams. I know there's a team from Dallas, Texas that's been there. And I think they played yesterday, and I've been told that they drove all the way up 400 to go play another game today.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love playing baseball, not that much.
But there's not there hasn't been a whole lot of talk about it because I don't know if there's been that many people that know about it. So I want everybody to go out tomorrow. If you want to see just a great baseball game.
Great day of baseball.
Go out and see this tournament. I believe we've got a call. Is that right, Wilbur?
That's what that little red light indicates.
I didn't see the red light.
Well.
And you're on Bartow Sports Showcase. Who's this? I believe this is my dad.
Yeah, I believe it is. Just listen to you talk about the tournament. I just happened to be out here. The team that just finished was from Rome. They're undefeated in the tournament until today. They lost.
No.
Nothing. But they're hoping to be. Today's the end of pool play. Tomorrow we'll start the real stuff, and they hope they come back here to play instead of going up 400 or down to East Cobb.
Yeah.
But there's nobody out here. People from the community need to come out and watch these young men play. I believe she said her son was 15 years old, and he's at least 6'2".
Good Lord.
I mean, you know me, being my son, how short I am, and all these kids, they're huge kids. I didn't see very many small kids, but it's a wood bat tournament. so you're not going to have a lot of home runs, but there's a lot of good defensive play, good pitching for that 16, 17-year-old ball player.
Oh, I bet you that'd be a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
Can you settle a dispute for us real quick?
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Don't you think John should dress up as the girl Spartan and the Spartan cheerleaders, and I should be the guy? Because he's a little smaller when he's got long hair. You can settle this for us right now. No repercussion.
You know, he dressed up as Sharky the Shark and Scooby-Doo, so I think he should dress up as...
Wilbert, you're not going to embarrass me. You're not going to embarrass me because I dressed up like Cupid in the middle of February and jumped in a pool.
See? That's why it's so easy for you to do this.
But I'm not gonna. I called not it.
You got to admit, not many things are going to embarrass John.
No, I've met him. Sorry.
We tried to embarrass him all we could as he was growing up, and it just didn't work.
No, I have no shame. I have. I mean, I really do. Go ask Brandy. Will I will do some of the most out of the way stuff just to embarrass somebody else.
Yep.
There's no doubt about that.
Well, do you have any idea how many teams are going to be playing? I mean, we got to talking about 10 games over the weekend, 5 games, 20 games.
There's 16 teams in the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
They're using 4 different fields. I know there's one in East Cobb, one up Georgia 400, and this one I don't know where the 4th one is. But there's 4 games out here tomorrow. And I believe the first game is at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
That way it won't be too hot.
Yep.
Right now it's pretty toasty.
Yes, it is.
And there's one more game. I don't know who's playing. I can't find out from anybody because when their game was over, everybody just dispersed.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get some people out there to support these kids. I mean, it's going to be a great day of baseball. If you want to take your kids out and see a bunch of baseball games, especially got some young kids that are playing baseball, and some of these baseball leagues are off right now. We're in the off season.
Yeah.
Fall ball starts up here in a month and some change. 2 months. I lose track.
It's only the 1st of June, so it'll probably be the end of August.
End of August. Okay. So I mean, you want to take them to go see some baseball, show them some things. Maybe talk to some of these kids about how they got to playing baseball. This is a good time to go out and take it. I'm guessing that there's a cost. It's negligible. It's probably free to get in.
I really don't know. I just happened to pull my car in here to the parking lot at the church, and so no, I didn't pay, and I'll regret that. But my understanding from the lady that I talked to, her son was on the Rome team, that there's several scouts out here. But I didn't walk down to the stand, so I don't know who they are or who they're affiliated with or anything.
Sure.
Well, when I talked to you on the phone earlier, you said something about Cecil Fielder and Marquise Grissom being 2 of the coaches for some of these teams. So have you been able to find out anybody else that's going to be there that might be a high-profile name?
No, I have not. I do know that they're in, whether or not you could go on Perfect Games website and find this tournament and find the team from Rome, whichever bracket they're in or pool play they're in, that team is in this pool play.
Okay.
So
cool. Sounds like it'll be a lot of fun. It's going to be nice tomorrow. Be a good day to get out, especially those morning games. So, head out to Cartersville High School and watch some good baseball.
I think the other field is going to be at South Gwinnett. I just pulled up the Perfect Game website. I think it's saying that the other game's at South Gwinnett.
Well, South Gwinnett would be the field off of 400.
Yeah, that is true.
And then East Cobb, and Beecher High School. Is that on their website?
I'm looking. I think isn't this the 17 and 18 and under?
No.
Okay. I'm not real sure. I'm gonna check into it at the break and see what we can see what I can find out. But I appreciate the call in, and I do want to encourage everybody to go out that if you can tomorrow, at least and watch a game or two, and take your kids. And if anybody just wants to see a good day of baseball, of some kids that are going to be up and coming stars, go out to the Cartersville High School baseball field there behind Atco and check out these games.
Yep. Y'all, it's a good show. Keep up the good work, and we'll talk to you later.
All right, I appreciate it.
Thanks for calling.
Thanks.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a whole lot of good baseball out there. And,
I'm sure. There's, like you're saying, woodbat tournaments, you're not going to have home run after home run after home run, but what you're going to have is a lot of outfield workers. You're going to have guys that are going to have to play more strategically and start shooting the gaps. It's going to be a good game. I bet it's going to be a good weekend.
Oh, I'm sure it is. There's always some good baseball going on with some of these woodbat tournaments. So I'm gonna see what I can find out about where the who all was playing and where the other games are going to be at, and we'll let everybody know here just as soon as we could. But excuse me, and I do want to bring up something that I was checking out online earlier. There's been a new college football. Mm-hmm. There's been a new rule that's been come out that schools can host recruits at neutral sites.
That's not all bad.
All right. With that being said, the Chick-fil-A kickoff game this year, there's going to be 2 of them. Tennessee, NC State, Auburn, and Clemson. Mm-hmm. One day and then the next day. Yep. They're going to be able to host recruits at those games. That's the first cool. that they've never been able to do it before.
Let's put them in a college football environment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Georgia and Florida has agreed not to do it at the world's largest outdoor cocktail party. They have both agreed not to do it.
That's smart. That's because that's putting off the wrong image for what?
Well, it's not even because it's not for that reason. It's not for that reason. I read the article earlier. They're not doing it because this game sells out for both schools like that, like in an instant. Mm-hmm. They would have to take tickets away from season ticket holders and people that have already gotten tickets to do it.
Mm-mm.
No, I mean, and that's a
Yeah, you charge feathers for that.
Sponsors, alumni, big, people that donate a lot of money to the program every year. Let's say you got to take away 500-600 tickets. Where are you going to take them away from? Who are you going to take them away from?
Florida fans.
I mean, that's true. That's fine with me. But I can see it. And, too, logistically, for Georgia, a lot of their recruits are going to be coming from the state of Georgia, which I still yet to figure out why they're calling it a neutral site when the game is played in Jacksonville.
Yeah, an hour and
Florida.
A half. Gainesville.
That's not a neutral site to me. But logistically for Georgia, it's not really feasible.
I wish they do if they want to keep it on a neutral site, don't go to the university. I wish they do Jacksonville, Georgia Dome.
Yeah, I mean,
I wish they would.
Something. Make it closer for Georgia fans, every other year.
And they could have the Georgia Tech Stadium, but there's only seating for 500 and the band.
Oh, I thought that was counting the band. My bad.
Someone's probably going to come in there and wear me out at the store tomorrow for that one. That's interesting, though. Is that I guess that's NCAA West. That's a nationwide thing?
As far as I know it was for all of the SEC. Texas A&M, Arkansas plays that big game in Dallas every year.
Yeah.
So, and now that's going to be an SEC game, but they're able to, it's at a neutral site, so now they can bring recruits to it. And that's going to be a big deal. And I think that's why they changed it, because of the Texas A&M Arkansas game.
Yeah.
Because of, the Alabama-Michigan game that's going to be in Dallas. Mm-hmm. So that they can bring recruits from out of state.
Yeah, it's going to give them opportunities to farm them out from other states, like you're saying, from Texas.
It's going to make recruiting harder. I
think it'll level the playing field more, because it's going to give exposure. Maybe the kid that's a star in Michigan, or standout football player in Michigan. I never really thought about going to Georgia.
Yeah, I mean, I agree.
We'd like to invite you to come down and see what Georgia's all about.
Yeah,
it doesn't snow.
Maybe once every 4 years but
it doesn't happen during football season, so you don't have to worry about that.
Exactly. But I just thought that was real interesting, and I believe we've got another caller on the line. You're on the Bartow Sports Showcase. Who's this?
It's Kevin.
Hey, Kevin, what's going on?
What's happening?
Well, I'm calling because y'all talking about these recruits. And, with these recruits, you got to realize that they come from different parts of the country. They come with different mindsets.
Sure.
SEC people, we breed this stuff in our kids from a very, very young age.
Yeah.
But when you start looking at the way these other conferences even play football, these things that we don't understand. It's like, what happened to hit somebody in the mouth and make it a game out there? Instead, we're afraid to hit somebody too hard, so let's try and throw it. But don't hit the quarterback too hard. So you get these guys who come in here looking so good because they've never had any pressure like we do down here.
I have to completely agree with that. The SEC and even a few of the ACC schools play
That's
football.
the home of the smash mouth football.
Exactly. They play football completely different than they do at USC or Michigan. Michigan used to play that way.
Or even Texas. Texas is very much an aerial game.
Oklahoma,
yeah. I mean, that's a very good point, Kevin. Is they're aerial assault teams that quick outs and quick out routes and crossing routes and stuff. It's just try to get someone open in under 5 yards to get 5 or 7 yards. But we do the same thing, only we give it to a guy and say, "You better run, boy, and run hard and hit somebody hard."
That's right.
Get that 5 or 7 yards.
You're expected to hit somebody when you come through that hole right there because them boys have opened that hole up for you.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Also, now, if it was going to be any other conferences out there, I guess if I had to pick one team that I would have probably brought into the SEC, it sure wouldn't have been the ones they've got coming in. So I would look at somebody, like a Clemson that could probably jump in and play some SEC ball and not look bad.
Well, there is talk of adding 2 more teams to the SEC in the next year or two, and Clemson's in the talk with that, along with Florida State, Miami, and Tech. I don't see Tech.
Tech would die in the SEC. But on the flip side, it could help them. It could. They could join the SEC. SEC has, especially the last decade, recruiting for the SEC.
Prestige.
Yeah, it is, and I kind of disagree with you. I'm glad A&M and Missouri are there. I think it's going to bring a different dynamic to an in-conference rival, and it's also going to help these teams. I think these teams are going to grow, but it's expanding the SEC into a market, if you want to call it a market, that we've never been into.
Yeah.
Well, let's look at bringing back some of the original teams, like Georgia Tech. Put them back in the SEC. They were an original member.
Yeah,
I mean that's true.
Well, but they wanted out.
The thing is, I believe A&M was too in the original South Conference before it became the Southeastern Conference. I believe A&M was an original member of that one. I think I have to double check my facts on that, but no, I agree. I mean, if they're going to bring in some other teams, don't bring in like West Virginia joined the Big 12. That doesn't even make sense to me.
Not even close.
No, I mean, it doesn't. Or Colorado joining the Pac-12.
The 12-pack.
The 12-pack. I'm sorry, the 12-pack. That doesn't even make sense to me. If it's going to be a move, make it a decent move. Missouri's a stretch for the SEC, but since Arkansas is right there, it's feasible.
It makes at least some sense.
Yeah, it makes some sense, but
no, like I said, I like it because I like bringing diversity to in terms of teams to our conference, and Missouri has had a top 10 team.
Yeah, they do,
and year in year out, and A&M has struggled. I think they're right there. They're right there, and I think again joining this conference is going to help them recruit to make a better team. But it's a good. They're both good. It could go either way with that, and we really appreciate the call on it.
I believe that they're going to find themselves, doing a different strategy because they realize that they're going to have to change the dynamic, say how they're playing their ball, meet SEC. Yet the SEC teams are also going to be looking at it like, what are they going to bring to the table that we're going to have to fight against?
Yeah.
So they're going to be doing a lot more planning in the locker rooms and in the coach's office than having to deal with their recruits.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Absolutely.
I agree. Well, Kevin, we got about 40 seconds left before we got to take a hard break. I appreciate the call, man.
No problem.
You
have a great weekend. You get this, I found out the original, it was called the Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Association, formed in 1921. Alabama, Auburn, Clemson, Georgia Tech, Kentucky, Maryland, Mississippi State, North Carolina. That would be an interesting one to have. Of course, they get slaughtered. North Carolina State, Tennessee, Virginia Tech.
Well, I think
Washington and Lee were the originals. Those were the charter members, and then they added Florida, LSU, Mississippi, South Carolina, Tulane, and Vanderbilt.
I knew Tulane was involved with it way back.
Duke was in the Southern Conference in 1929.
Duke used to have a really good program.
They did.
Used to. Back in the 30s. They
still have a fantastic basketball
program. Basketball program is probably one of the best, hands down, in college basketball
Isn't it
history.
funny how schools have divided up into powerhouses of certain sports? I mean, I guess it's just because you start getting good at this, you start recruiting better for this, and you end up with the best of
Yeah, you can recruit for basketball like this, but when it comes to football,
they're like, well, I didn't get anywhere else. I guess it's a scholarship.
You can't even get a good cheerleading squad for football. I mean, come on. I mean, the high school down the road's got a better team than you do.
That was a fast 30 minutes.
That was a fast 30 minutes.
Now wrap it up in 12 seconds.
We'll be right back after
10,
this.
9, 8.
Fox in the fast lane.
Expect a much faster race this weekend at Pocono, thanks to repaving in the off-season. Carl Edwards is ready for the new track.
We're going into it with real open minds and hoping that we can master that surface.
Another big change, the race is now 100 miles shorter, which pleases Greg Biffle.
I think that's going to create some excitement with the fans. You know, I think it's going to be a little better race, maybe not so drawn out.
NASCAR suspends Kurt Busch for one race for verbally abusing a reporter after last week's Nationwide Series race at Dover. Taking over for Busch's ride this week at Pocono, David Ruderman. Busch was previously fined $50,000 and placed on probation through July 25th for reckless driving on pit road at Darlington and a post-race fight. Busch's probation now until the end of the year. And driver-owner Cotton Owens, just elected to the NASCAR Hall of Fame's class of 2013, has died at the age of 88. Fox in the Fast Lane, I'm Marjay Tashina, Fox News Radio.
I'm Tony White, GNN Sports. Brandon Beachy will try for his 6th win as the Atlanta Braves in a tight race for the NL East lead open an interleague series against Kyle Drabeck and the Toronto Blue Jays. They're contending in the AL East. Tonight, the Braves' John Smoltz will also have his number 29 retired at the TED. For the 3rd straight time in a Grand Slam finale, Novak Djokovic and Rafael Nadal will meet. That Nadal made it by winning his French Open semifinal in a breeze against David Ferrer was no shock. But that Djokovic got there after facing only a wisp of a challenge from Roger Federer, well, that was a bit bigger surprise. The New Orleans Saints have made a new contract offer to record-setting quarterback Drew Brees, that according to a person familiar with the situation. And tonight, Angel McCautry and the Atlanta Dream try to avoid a 3rd straight loss as Becky Hammon and the San Antonio Silver Stars visit Phillips Arena. That's sports. I'm Tony White on the Georgia News Network.
Do you have an electrical project or problem and don't know who to call? JDH Electric is your one call for all of your electrical needs, commercial, industrial, residential. Let us shock you with our service. Call today, 770-607-6900.
Hey, this is Mary Elizabeth.
And Will. Louie, come back here.
Anyway, while Will chases Louie down, I want to talk to you about Louie's Cafe. We're located in the Goodwill Shopping Center, right across from the hospital on Highway 41. We're open from 6:30 to 2, Monday through Friday, and we offer a full breakfast Saturday mornings.
Here, you hold them. We have fresh sandwiches, delicious salads, and the best coffee in town. With our indoor and outdoor seating, drive-through, call-ahead ordering, and a full line of catering, we make it easy to fit breakfast or lunch into your schedule. We may not be the best thing since sliced bread, but we are the best thing on it. Come see us at Louie's Cafe.
Woodland Hills Golf Club at Carter Grove is a semi-private 18-hole golf club located 5 minutes south of Cartersville, Georgia. Come and play for the day or join the club and play as often as you like. Visit us at woodlandhills-golf.com or call 678-605-8585.
Due to some violent content, parental discretion is advised.
Play the game.
That was so fun recording that. We should do it again. Only this time I wanted to be the guy that says, it's time to play the game.
I'm not real sure Lemmy from Motorhead would appreciate that too much.
Who?
The lead singer from Motorhead, its name is Lemmy.
The heck is a motor? I know what an engine head is.
It's a band, man.
Oh, sorry.
As a matter of fact, it's a band older than you are. Welcome back, everybody, to the Bartow Sports Showcase. Me, John Underwood, Wilbur.
Me, John Underwood. You start talking about yourself in the first person, I'm leaving.
Well, what if I start talking about myself in the third person?
Oh, gosh.
Welcome back, everybody. I believe we've got Mr.
It is
Kevin.
the John Underwood.
I'm going to smack him. Kevin, are you on the line, man? Please save me.
Yes, I am.
Oh, thank God.
Hey,
It is
Louie.
the Kevin Wheatley.
What's going on, fellas?
Oh.
How you doing, Kevin?
I'm good.
Good. How's everything going down there in Athens?
Everything seems to be fine. We the men's tennis team ended up number 5, and the women's tennis team ended up number 6 in the country, which is not bad.
That's pretty good.
And then we got a bunch of baseball news.
Yeah, I saw where a bunch of the guys got drafted in the second round, and a bunch of them went late in the draft. So that's good and bad, you know. Good.
Yeah, we're going to lose some guys that Perno had picked up, but we'll see how it works out. That freshman Hunter Cole made freshman All-American team.
Yeah, I did see that, and that's really cool.
Yeah, he's a good ball player.
Oh yeah.
And if Perno would have got everybody that he had on the hook, we'd be in real good shape.
Yeah, but unfortunately they got picked up.
That's life. That's life in college baseball.
Yeah, that's what I've never understood. That why basketball and baseball. I know there's not a farm league in football, but I still think you should at least have to go play a year or two college to go pro.
Well, I've talked to some people that have played college baseball. I didn't, but college baseball, they work you hard.
Yeah.
And they wear, especially pitchers, so a lot of times the pitchers will get worn out, and then with shoulder problems long before they ever make it to the pros, and it kind of destroys their career. And it's kind of like football. It's the same principle. I mean, you're only one bad knee injury away from ending your career.
Yeah.
Same thing with a pitcher. Same thing with a knee injury with a hitter or anything like that. So, I understand. But
the minor league program they got in place, it's head-to-head competition with college baseball.
Man, I mean, that's true.
That's true. Well, maybe they should work out a program where you play minor league ball. You still got to take 3 semester hours of college so you can finish.
Something to that nature.
The women's track team's doing very well.
Yeah, I read something about that. I'm trying to...
Morgan Laylux, she made first team All-American in pole vaulter.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
And they're in 6th place, and they just had a good showing. I hadn't got the update on it, but they're hanging in there.
That's great.
Well, that is good.
I went down there and helped them train. I brought a picture of John Underwood and put it on those little sticks like they do. The dog races, they got the little
Get
thing
out,
going
Will.
around.
Get out.
I put it behind them. Man, you ain't never seen a woman run so fast.
Well, Kevin, I believe we've got a caller on the line. You're on the Bartow Sports Showcase. Who's this?
Hey, it's Daniel. I got a question for Kevin tonight.
Yeah, go ahead, Daniel.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask Kevin as far as because of the rotating schedule and adding an extra team onto the SEC, making it 14. When is Texas A&M going to come on to our side, and who's going to since Ole Miss is going to rotate off? Who are we going to pick up from the West next year?
Daniel, that's a good question, and I don't think I could be wrong in saying this, but I don't think anybody knows that right now. They did semi-approve that it would be 6-1-1, and we would keep Auburn, and Florida would keep whoever they got, and I think Alabama's keeping Tennessee, and then the other one's going to rotate. But I don't think it's been fully confirmed as far as who does what. Now, Will or somebody might know differently than that than me.
I know we are keeping Auburn, and I was really glad to see that because that's a rivalry you can't let die. It's too good of a. We talked about that last week for a short period, week before. But
we'll take Auburn and Ole Miss.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Yeah,
but I don't think that they have put the final pin on that yet. I think there's some people still balking. Steve Spurrier, he caused a mess by saying it was unfair, and then he had a couple of people that jumped on board with him saying that they thought it was unfair as well. But
Steve Spurrier,
I don't see how you can play an SEC game against a West opponent that doesn't count.
Yeah,
it doesn't make any sense. Who's going to watch that?
Well, Steve Spurrier never stirs the pudding ever about anything. He just quietly sits in his little office.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I'm in reality. I forgot.
Well, I think that Mr. Franklin's going to be another one that's going to keep everything stirred up.
Yeah, I believe so too. One thing I do think is that A&M and Missouri both are going to have a very interesting time this year adjusting. I know they got a big welcome to the SEC, but I think they're going to have a major time adjusting.
Yeah.
I'd tell you the Georgia-Missouri game is going to be a huge game just from history standpoint.
Oh, yeah.
from the number of people that are interested in that game. And they've spent a couple of $1 million getting their stadium ready. They've got a new turf put in.
Yeah.
So they're getting ready for us.
Oh, they're definitely getting ready for us. It's going to be
the biggest thing that's happened in Missouri in a long time.
Yeah, I do have to agree with that. It is going to be the biggest thing to happen to them. And the thing is, Georgia should be able to go in there and win that game for the simple fact Missouri's not going to have a quarterback.
Yeah, it's true.
Their starting quarterback's going to be out. Their second-string quarterback got arrested.
I think that I think their second-string quarterback, from what I hear, might be good to go by our game.
Okay.
I'm sure he's going to be
he had a hit and run, but I think they're going to give him a 1-game suspension. I don't know who they play their first game, but it's not anybody spectacular.
No.
And the other guys hasn't even really started throwing the ball yet.
No, I'm not. I wasn't sure that he had even had. Cause wasn't he having surgery on his shoulder?
Yeah, he's as of the middle of this past week, he had thrown a Nerf ball.
All right, Nerf ball.
So anyway, that's.
I was able to throw one of those one time.
Yeah, not
they don't go
well.
very far.
No, they don't.
But I wish they'd have everybody at full speed.
Yeah, I mean, I do, but then again, I don't. But I honestly, more than not, I do want everybody to be full speed for Missouri, so that Georgia can go in and show them that welcome to the SEC. Now, pick yourself up.
One thing is, I would rather beat somebody at full speed without them having an excuse, but I'd also, with our schedule, I'd like to have a couple of tough games before we get to South Carolina, Florida, Tennessee, Auburn, just to get us road tested.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we definitely got caught, the beginning of last year kind of with our pants down, so hopefully they're better prepared this year.
Well, Kevin, I know that the new freshmen, there was, 12 or 13 of them showed up for...
We're missing, what did we have? We were missing Leonard Floyd and John Atkins.
Yeah, how's John doing? Have you heard anything on him?
I think one of them has not passed the SAT, whatever the other one is.
The ACT?
The one that starts with an A. He's taking the test again, and then... The other one is just lacking one high school credit, but he's passed everything else. I think one of them is good, and the other one is really, really questionable.
Okay.
But everybody else is enrolled in summer school. As a matter of fact, the whole football team, except for those two, is in Athens today. Was in Athens today in class.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
I'm looking forward to seeing some fall practices.
Oh yeah, I'm really interested to see how things going because last time we talked with Kevin, he told us that Aaron Murray, you know how when the NFL was in their lockout during preseason, all that, that the quarterbacks, starting quarterbacks, said, hey, let's get together and work out and run plays and different things like that.
Mm-hmm.
That Kevin let us know that Aaron Murray's actually going to do that because of the whole coaches can't even be near the field up until a certain point during the summer.
Yeah.
But the guys can still get out and work out and run routes and work, do different things. So I'm going to be interested to see how that goes.
I went by the Buttsmere building on Wednesday, and there were a bunch of them over there. And then I went to Kangaroo to get a Coke, and there were 3 or 4 of them over there. They'd just been over there lifting weights, working out.
Okay.
So everybody's hanging out together. Probably 20 scooters over there, but everybody's around. I saw John Theus's brother at Kangaroo and talked to him for a little while.
Cool.
I think if I was a football player at Georgia, I would not be calling a scooter. I would just either ride a motorcycle or walk.
But yeah, that's it. 6'7", 320-pound guy on a scooter.
No, I'd do it. If I was as big as him, I would be riding the brightest scooter possible. Because who's going to say something to you?
It's just true. I would think that guy, as big as those guys are, they probably had to get 2 scooters, screw a 2x8 between the seats, and sit in the middle and put 1 foot on either scooter. I'm just trying to get this mental image. Yeah. Where's the scooter? True. I see the wheels under between your feet. But
I hear something. Is he floating? What's going on here? I talked to Colin Barber, who headed down there this past Monday. I talked to him on Facebook last week, and he said he was really looking forward to it, and he's I asked him, I was like, well, if, coaches allow it and you've got time, we'd like to have you call in one day and let, just kind of say hi, see how things are going, how you're liking everything down there. So, time will tell on that one. We'll talk to him, see what he says. And
yeah, they've pretty much told him to stay off of the Twitters and the Facebook, and, everybody just kind of get your feet wet and,
don't do anything stupid. Don't do anything stupid. Yeah, and I can understand that. If the coaches don't want them to do it, they don't need to do it. But if they're able to, it'd be nice to hear from, Colin or Richard, see how things are going. Because there's a lot of talk about how well Georgia's going to do this year as long as they can come together and hold it together. So it's going to be interesting to see what the, pre-workouts are for the beginning of the year. And, Kevin, we got another call on the line. You're on the Bartow Sports Showcase.
Hey, I got a question for Kevin.
Yeah.
Hey, what about the, I know they had their meetings, I guess, down in Florida recently, whether it's last week or this week, and I guess the lackadaisical, I guess different coaches had different opinions based upon the whole, I guess, marijuana use suspensions, and I know Coach Rick made a statement somewhere, and I thought I wanted to see what Kevin's opinion was on that.
I don't think they're going to do anything in the SEC until the NCAA makes them.
Oh, wow.
I mean, everybody's looking at some people are looking to have the same drug policies across the board for all colleges, and then they're going to have a hard time with that one. It's left up to the university, and I don't think that's going to change. They sure did have a lot of things to talk about at this SEC meeting. I don't know how they're going to get all of this talked about and approved, but that was one thing that definitely came up, because Kentucky and Georgia have the strictest policies by a long shot.
Oh, yeah.
And we need to.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, I'm not against it at all.
Yeah.
But,
this real life, kids. This isn't,
No.
We're playing football and having fun. This is life.
There's people at Florida that would be suspended for 6 or 7 games that won't get, I think it's 6 times at Florida.
What?
So you can get in trouble, 6 times. And
oh, okay.
And Steve Spurrier's would be, if you get arrested 12 times and you don't win a national championship your senior year, you're off the team next year. Oh, wait.
I suspend you for, you're suspended for pregame warm-ups.
Yeah, no, that was Garcia. How many times did he get arrested? I mean, in all honesty, and how many times did he get suspended before Spurrier went?
I think he got suspended 6 times.
Before Spurrier just went, that's it, go away.
Okay, you have to run 1 extra lap around the kiddie pool.
Around the kiddie pool.
I mean, I tell you, we were talking about what these kids are doing this summer. I'm going to tell you what our football players are doing this summer. If they're not, they're crazy. They're getting up, working out, they're going to class, they're going to the pool. By golly, you're at Georgia. Go to the stinking pool. It's the summertime.
Yeah, I mean, stay out of trouble.
You got a lot of work to do this late summer and this fall, and this, definitely this fall with football season.
We had our little hiccup of trouble there. It seems to come in spurts, but I sure hope we can make it with who we have to put on the field. Game 1, Buffalo, with nobody getting added to the list. That would be horrible.
I agree. I completely agree. Have you, I hate this topic, but have you heard anything else on what?
The processes at work is all they're saying, but I think we're going to see the coaches and the UGA athletic department not broadcast things like they have done in the past. So, you know what I mean? I think if somebody gets in trouble, it's not just going to be on, the internet immediately, or they're not going to call the Atlanta Journal-Constitution.
Okay, guess what?
Yeah, and that's understandable. But,
it's going to get out.
It's going to get out at some point, and they'll tell people at some point. But, I can understand them not going, oh, yeah, by the way, last night so-and-so got, in trouble for this, so he's, that's understandable.
I know that they're waiting on Brandon Smith to go to court.
Yeah.
And Ogletree and Rambo, I think Ogletree, his sentence has been set, and I think Rambo is going to go, it should be happening pretty quick. He's going to go in front of the appeal board. And
Oh, that was something that was something in line.
Hold on for a second. I've got an update on Brandon Smith coming in from the third row.
From the third row?
Brandon Smith is going into a diversion program.
A diversion?
So, anyway.
The heck does that mean?
Yeah. Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
I don't know what that. I don't know exactly what.
Hang on, I got Google going right now. 100 mile an hour.
While,
what the heck is a diversion program?
While Will's Googling, I want to ask you, what have you heard about Derrick Henry? I know he's supposed to go meet with...
Derrick Henry's coming to Georgia.
Good. I've heard some awful stuff, so that's why I'm asking.
No, I mean, Derrick Henry, he's just got a lot of, he's been a real good player for a real long time. He's a 5-star recruit. He's played in all-star games. He's been to Nike camps. He knows all these other kids. If he has a chance to go to Alabama and hang out with some of his buddies, he's going to take that opportunity.
I mean, that's fine with me. Let him go hang out with all the guys he wants to that he played all these all-star games with. As long as he comes to where he committed to, I'm fine with that.
His best friend is the quarterback from Camden County.
Okay.
That's going to be an early enrollment. I think Derrick Henry will actually be an early enrollment. But Coach McClendon's not worried about it. He says it's, that he talks to him 1 or 2 times a week, or, they text each other, and that, everything's good. So I think everybody's just trying to stir it up a little bit. And anytime Saban gets involved in your recruiting,
yeah, it's always
everybody's going to worry, and I worry too.
That's the way it kind of used to be with Fulmer, especially in the 90s.
Oh yeah,
when Fulmer showed up, shut the doors, man. He's got him.
Yeah, it's done.
He was a good recruiter.
He was,
and he's a very personable guy.
Yeah,
except for that big old double chin flopping when he chewed that gum. Gosh, that drives me crazy. Anyway,
well, yeah, Derrick Henry's a 5-star recruit. He's he's one of the number. In some polls or services, he's the number one running back in the country. So, I don't blame the kid for wandering around, but I hope he sticks to his guns. I think he will.
I do too. I think you will too, because you won't commit to a school that early. I mean, it happens, but not that often, to where you commit. Hey, I really like this program. I'm going to go here. Couple months
Coach
later.
McClendon and him seem to have a very good relationship, and that's what matters.
Yeah, that is what matters. What if I know everybody was dying to hear about Robert? I cannot pronounce his last name. The big #1 national recruit from Grayson.
Yeah, I can't pronounce his name.
I can't pronounce his last name.
I can tell you what number he is.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the Brandon Smith thing. I want to read y'all something. It says, after completion of all requirements in the pretrial diversion program, the case is usually dismissed, but the charge would remain on Smith's record.
Okay.
So
I have the definition of the diversion program. We only got 2 minutes and 55 seconds, so I'm not going to waste the time on it.
Okay. Anyway, I just want y'all to know. I think Brandon Smith may get 1 game.
Yeah.
He may get 2 games.
He might.
I doubt he gets 3 games, and I doubt he misses Missouri.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure he will not miss Missouri.
I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure he won't miss Missouri, and that's good. I'd like to have him for Missouri.
Yeah, he's hired a lawyer, and he's doing what they say, and I bet the thing gets dismissed, and he's just going to have to answer to Coach Rick.
Yeah,
and I'm sure he doesn't have a problem.
I'm sure he's
with that
been
either.
doing that pretty much every day for the last month.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You want me to run 50 laps? Yes, sir. I'll be back in a half hour.
Yeah. Hey, did you see Smoltz got inducted to the Hall of Fame?
I sure did.
How about that?
Smoltz was my favorite baseball player growing up.
Yeah, he is.
Smoltz sure did hang around a long time.
Yeah, he did.
He did.
I know he wanted to. I listened to an interview with him. I think he was on Brian Kilmeade. Matter of fact, one day talking about his book, and he said, I know I got traded to Boston, where he signed with Boston. He goes, I wasn't trying to just prolong my career just so that I could. He said he really felt like he was still able to pitch, and the Braves didn't keep him, and that broke my heart.
Yeah,
it really did.
Traded him. He played for 20 seasons for the Braves, and he's won the Cy Young Award. He has pitched. He is the only pitcher to ever win 200 or more games and save 150 or more games.
Yeah.
And they're going to retire his jersey number at a ceremony tonight at the game. So, congratulations to Smoltz. I'm sure he's really listening to the show. But maybe one of his friends, maybe.
He might be.
We need to invite him on so we can thank him.
Yeah, I'll
thank him for being a Brave.
I'll call him after we get off the.
You guys, so
yeah,
man, wouldn't you like to have those kind of connections, Kevin? I mean,
I'm working on it.
Heck yeah. I can't get anybody to call the show.
I know, right?
Do you want me to run there?
Hopefully when it gets closer to football season, we'll get a little bit more action.
I'll be honest with you, Kevin. We've been doing the show now for almost an hour, 50 seconds short, and we haven't given the phone number out once.
That's true.
Which I'm sure we'll get fussed at. Hey, it's 770-382-1270. Write it down, because next Friday you can call in and talk to us.
We're getting ready to get cut off.
Yeah, that's true. We got 40 seconds left. I want someone to call right now just to say hi. 770-382-1270. Come on, someone.
Hey, y'all have a great weekend.
Hey, Kevin, you too, man. We'll talk to you later.
Go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
Look at that. It works. Someone called in.
You're on the Bartow Sports Showcase. Who's this?
This is Randy. I just left work at Smyrna Post Office, her job, so I thought I'd call.
Attaboy, Randy, yeah.
You got something you want to get in before? We got about 18 seconds.
Just go Dogs. I hope they go 12-0.
That's right, man.
That's right. I really appreciate him saying that.
Hey, we appreciate the call. You have a safe drive home, okay?
See, it worked.
High five right here, man. That's right.
You didn't leave me hanging that time, you punk. I can't believe you left me hanging. I believe we've got another caller on the line. Hey, Kevin?
Yep, this is me. Go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
Go Dogs. Thank you, sir.
You didn't have to give me the number.
See, that's the way you finish up a good sports show right there. Go Dogs. Go Dogs. Thank you for listening to the Bartow Sports Showcase on
News Talk AM 1270 WYXC.
Cartersville, Georgia. It's not over yet. We got 40 seconds.
Hold on. I got another
caller.
You're on the Bartow Sports Showcase. Who's this?
Go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
Oh, I love this job.
I do, too. That was great. That's 3 in less than a minute.
That's right.
Attaboy. I just want to say I appreciate everybody listening tonight. Tune in next week. We'll be back here in the studio. Kevin will be calling in from Athens. I appreciate everybody listening to Bartow Sports Showcase on News Talk AM 1270 WYXC.
Go Dogs!